Hello friends, this is Ganesh and video number 8 on ABAP on HANA. In this session, I'm going to explain the functionality which you already aware, which we used many times in ABAP, nothing but group by. So here I'm going to use the group by keyword or functionality in the loop. So that is what it's available in ABAP and HANA newer version. So we used group by only in the select statement, and now we are going to extend that particular functionality for the loop as well. So it's not only for the loop, we can use it for value keyword. So many places we can use this group by functionality. It's very interesting and it's very useful as well. So we'll see how the group by is going to work on loop statement. What are the syntax behind on this? Okay, so probably I may have another video about the group by with other areas where we can use this functionality. Let's get into this. Okay. So group by, just an intro about the group by. This is everyone knows. This organize the data depends on the business need. So based on the business need, I want to group the records based on my sales order number, based on the material document number, or based on my sales order as well as item, more than one field. So we can do the group by in a select statement. And it works same as select, even loop as well. So the functionalities we are going to use in the application layer. Okay, and the different steps has involved in loop, but probably it might be a new way of syntax which we are going to write, and the loop is also going to trigger in a different manner for the group by. Normally loop is going to be execute line by line for every record, but if you include the group by concept in loop statement, it act as little differently, okay, based on the group on statement. So that might be new for us. And the group by properties, what are the properties are available over there? Okay, so first I just take this is an example. I have a PO number and I have a material document, and there are item, material document, item. So just an example. So here for one PO I have different material documents. So it's 12, 13, 14 and 15 is going to repeat over here, and it has two items. Okay. Now I'm going to introduce the group by keyword in my loop. So how we can do is normal loop statement, loop at internal table, your body of an internal table into work area, and this is the keyword called group by. And what is a field name? So field name is associated with the work area. So work area hyphen field name. So here based on the PO number, if you want, you can say group by work area hyphen PO number. Okay, and then write work area. We'll see what are the content data available in this work area end loop. Okay, so this is the syntax of group by field name, and this is a syntax for one field. If it is a group by has two fields, more than one field, the syntax quite differ. So the next one is this is another way. It's optional. If you want, you can use it as well. You can mention group by some field name. It's on the flow declaration. You don't want to declare it before. Equal to the again work area hyphen field name. So both are same, but this is optional to mention a group field name for one field. If it is more than one field, it's mandatory. You have to mention it. But for the one field, so just you can mention only the group by work area and field name. Okay, and the properties are, now the loop is going to execute differently for the group by. It execute once as per the group by fields. Suppose for this internal table I have 5 records. Normal, if you say loop and end loop, it should execute for 5 times. But if you introduced a group by based on the PO number, this loop execute only once. Okay, because based on the group by only the loop execute is going to be determined. If suppose I have more than one PO number, I have 8 records and 5 belongs to one PO and another 3 belongs to another PO, then it execute 2 times. Okay, and the first record of the group to be loaded into the work area. So like it's going to be loaded only the first record, PO number, material document and item. Okay, is going to be loaded in the work area level, and we call it as, technically we should know some terminologies over here. It's called represents a group. So particular, the first record is called represent a group, and we call it as representative binding. Okay, so whatever example you are seeing here, this is nothing but representative binding. We have one more binding as well, we'll see quite later. So I hope you have a clear idea about how to use a group by for a single field, and what would be the content of the work area, and how many times the loop is going to execute based on the group by. And next one is members. So because why the members comes from the picture is, here you can see only one data available, like PO number, material and item. But for my business requirement, I need all the data, whatever group, this is one group, I need to retrieve all the data. So we call it as members of the group. Okay, so if you want all the data of the group, you have to say I need a members of the group. So how to get the members of the group, each group? Okay, so it's quite simple. I'm going to use within a loop. Okay, so don't consider this is going to a nested loop performance wise. No, it won't be a performance issue over here. Okay, so here what I'm going to do is, this is a procedure to read the group members. Okay, within the loop, I'm going to say loop at group, new syntax, work area, whatever the work area is mentioned in the group by, into another work area. Okay, on the flow I'm just declaring one more member. The structure would be same, and I'm going to say write work area member. This work area I'm going to use write statement. So what happens, so every group, because this execute only one, depends on the group, every group I'm going to display the data of my members. So if you have two groups, it display all the two informations over in your system. Okay, so that is called members. So members of the group. Another one. This is nothing but more than one field. I'm going to use it a group by. Then the group field is mandatory. You have to use the parenthesis. So group field 1 on the flow declaration, any name you can give, equal to work area field name and work area field name 2. It's like I want to group by PO number and material document. Then I have to use these syntax. So what happens, this is one group, 2, 3, and this is one group, 4 groups. Okay, and you need a member of the group, you have to use looped group, same work area into another work area name. Okay, this is for group by 2 fields. Another one is bindings. So previously we have seen representative bindings, and now we are going to see group by bindings. Normally if it is a group by, very first question is, I want to know number of data. The first group has how many records available. The size is very important. We need to know how many records available. So if you want to identify the data of your members, then you need to go by group by or group by bindings, not representative bindings. Representative bindings is just to retrieve the data. It won't give the count and index and all, which index actually your group resides. Okay, so those things you need to combine. Sorry, you need to use by group bindings or group key bindings. So this is normal syntax, what we have seen in the previous slide, and this is called representative bindings. And now I'm going to use group key binding. So what is group key bindings? One more additional step after group by, I'm going to use into data, some other, again on the flow work area. Okay, so if you use group key bindings, from this you are able to get the size as well as index of your group. Okay, let's see a little further. So this is called group key bindings. Most of the scenarios covered by group key bindings. Okay, so next, group key binding syntax would be like this. So group by, and I want group 1, field 1, field 2, and I want a group size. Okay, so these are ABAP keywords, group size and group index, and this is a variable. On the flow you can declare it. So LV size equal to group size, LV index equal to group index. Additionally, you have information called ascending and descending. Okay, and if you want to ascending order, if you want a descending order on your internal table, you can do it. And reference into data, and this is called a reference. You're going to get the reference of size and index. Okay, so once you get a reference, you are able to display, or you are able to get the exact data. So on this group, what is the size and what is the index? So like index 1, index 2, index 3. So those information you are able to get from this reference variable. Okay, previous slide, you can see this is a way of group key bindings. It will give whatever informations you want from this groups, and as well as if you want a size and index, you need to go with the reference variable. So reference into data ref medium, these are ABAP keywords. Okay, and yeah, if you are using group by in your loop, you're not able to use control break statements. So that is not possible. If you try to use any control break statement in your group by loop, you will get a syntax error. Okay, anything else? Yeah, another one is without members. Okay, it's like transport no fields, transporting no fields. Okay, so you decided I don't want my members, I want only the group name and size. Okay, just a performance wise, unnecessarily I don't want to load my group members. If that is the case, you can use a syntax called without members. So if there is no members, you are not able to use this statement loop at group, because loop at group is mainly to read the members of the group, right? So if you use without members, if you try to use loop at group in the same inside the loop, you'll get a syntax error saying that if there is a without members and you are not able to use loop at group statement. Okay, so hopefully you might have some clarity about group by. So I will take you to an example so you are able to correlate whatever we have seen in the slide and you can understand very easily. Okay, anything else? No. Okay, let me take you into the system. This is my system. So here I already written a small piece of code to read the data from EKKO and MSEG. Okay, material document number along with the purchase order. So let's show what are the contents available. Then we can start writing the code. It's active already. Let me activate it and execute it. For an example, we can pick one specific purchase order, so it's very easy to understand. Let's see the data first. Excuse me. Yeah. So this is my emblem and this is my material document number, and I need some repetition. So I can find one of the PO. It has two material document number with item 1 and 2, and this 35 has more actually. So we can pick this PO number for our reference. Okay, 34, 37, 38, 40, lot things are repeated. That's fine for us. Let's take 35. Okay, what else I have to show here is go back. Okay, let me add a loop first. So syntax I'm going to use by PO number. So loop at PO material doc into on the flow declaration material doc. You can write in the same line as well. Group by. I want to group by material doc emblem. Okay. Actually, control space bar it loaded everything, so don't worry. There's some issue with that, some upgrade of the system. Yeah, it just takes some time. Emblem. That's it. Okay, then let's write it. We'll go with very simple scenarios. Mdoc. I want to emblem. Mdoc. I want MB LNR W mdoc. and finally mdoc CEILE. Okay, add toward it. Let's see. So here what happens, you're not able to see the repetition because this loop is executed only once based on the group. Okay, let's see how it's display the values. So some PO end with 38, 37 or more than one. Let's see 38 or 35, I believe. Yeah, here it is. So if you see 38, okay, it's not orders, not in the order. Okay, let me just order it. It gives little more clarity. Sort PO doc by VLN. Execute. Yeah. So if you see 38, it display only one, but 38 has more records. But loop it with the help of group, it execute only once for a particular group, and it takes the first data or first record of the particular group. Okay, so this is a basic understanding. So loop won't execute every time if you use group by concept. Clear? Let's take this particular data for better understanding. So as per syntax, the into table is last statement. So I have to use var over here. So var ekko ebeln is equal to 45, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, sorry, 6 plus 2, 8, 35. So that's a period. Okay, I'll do one thing. Let me figure out exact one. I'm not sure. It's 35 or 38. Give me a second. So it's okay. 35 also has 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Yeah. So 35. So it's easy to understand the group by how it works and the syntax as well. So F8. Execute. So only one line. So 835 has more than one. So if you want to read the members of your group, it takes the first record. Members of the group, then use a syntax called loop at group. So I need my members. So loop at group. And the same work area, mdoc into declare one another work area data work area of my members. That's it. Now write the same over here. Write group members. Okay, and that is a change over here. Members, and here also I need to change. This is quite interesting, right? Because normally we use loopet as an internal table, but here we return or using with work area. Things are slowly changing. Okay, did I miss anything or any spelling mistake? No. Back to it and execute it. So here you can see 35. Okay, I would have done the right statement before. 1 second. So I have a group, the work area as well as group members. So the same record, it quite repeat over here as well. So group members is 30, 2019 1, and you have 30, 32, 31, 33. So it just take the first record as a group representative binding, and the representative binding I have written my members. So this is a way you have to get the members of your group. So in a representative binding, you are not able to get the size and index. That is very clear. Okay. Next. Let's have a group with more than one field. So I'm going to say my group field. So it's like local variable, or okay, group field 1 equal this. So this is for even single also you can try. So syntax wise, there is no, functionality wise there is no difference. And if it is more than one, I'm going to add one more field over here. Group by field 2 mdoc mblnr. Okay, so there is no change in further syntax. So I'm going to use the same write statement. I'm going to read my members. Let's see how it behaves. Okay, I'll do some changes for a better understanding. Okay, so what I am to do is give a clarity between the header and the group. So let's take after every group, I need a line. That gives more clarity. Okay, so this is, okay, here we can have a color of 3 for the header. Okay, like group header. So in real time, we won't display header as well as the group, because if you want a group, just mention the group, because the same record is going to display in the group as well. So let me take out this. Now see, so here the group by has two fields based on PO as well as material document number. So here it's only one, because PO has 30, but 35 has 30. So header and this is group, again read the same data. Here also header and group, header and group. So what can I do? I'll do just comment this for a better one. Sorry, comment the first group header information. Okay, so anyway we are reading the group, right? Group members, and execute. So PO, and this is the one, and PO the different material, this is different material, this is different material. So I'll show you the same after taking out my where condition. Then we'll get some other good picture of group by with two fields. Execute. Yep. So here this group 1 PO has only one material document, and this is again one material document. Here the same material document, but we have different items. But now the group by is based on your PO as well as your material number. So here you can see one PO, same material number, but it has different items. Okay, so this is the use of group by more than one field. Okay, so hope you might have an idea how the group by is working and how to read the members of the group. So next step will go with group index, group key index. So this is whatever you have seen, this is called representative binding. Now we are going to see group key binding. So group key binding is nothing but you have to mention the destination over here into data work area. So this is called group key binding. Once you mention this explicitly, group key binding, this work area is not no longer be used, meaning it won't fill with data. Okay, so once you have the group key binding information over here explicitly, I can say again group key work area, then this is not going to carry any value. We'll see in the debugging mode. And before that, if I check it, I'll get a syntax error saying that this group key is not bound. Okay, we can say it's binding, right? It's not bound because explicitly we mentioned the work area for this one. So this is not no longer is going to be used. So let me comment all this one for a time being. Okay, this is the first point, no longer valid. Another one means it's needed, but the data is not going to be loaded over there. Second point, this work area can have only the values, whatever you mentioned here, only the fields and the values of the fields. So if you double click work area in debugging mode, you can see this has only two fields, group field 1 and field 2 and corresponding values. Okay. And third step, if you want to read the members of this particular work area, you can use the same syntax looped group, change the work area this value to group key binding informations or work area, whatever it is. Just change this value over here. So these are three steps you have to remember. Okay, so no values over here and it contains only the fields whatever you declared over here, but once you convert it into looped group, you can able to read the members. Okay, let's see one by one. Execute. Okay, have a breakpoint over here. F8. Let's see the value in your normal work area and explicitly declared group key binding work area. So I press F5. So the normal work area doesn't have any values. Just double click. So it's empty now. But if you see the group key binding work area, so it has only group key bindings. So whatever fields you have, whatever fields you declare in the group by, so only this is available over here. Clear? But you are able to read the members from this. We'll see how we can do that. Execute. The output is same with your representative binding or group key binding. So now let me enable this. And instead of normal work area, I'm going to use the group key binding work area here. Looped group, this one into data members. So now it's able to read the members. Okay, implicitly it's read the members values over here. So members has all the values. Just activate it, then execute it. Let's see in the debugging as well. So this, it doesn't have any value, and this is going to be value of only the fields and the members, right? Our next target is members. Okay. So members, you can see the fields, the same fields. So I'm going to press F5 now. So yeah, the same thing is loaded on in this group key binding, but its normal work area is empty. And press F5 and it's going to execute my looped group statement. After executing it, it filled the values to my members. Okay, so first record, it filled the first information of my group members to this work area. Just execute it, full execution. You might not find any difference between your representative binding and group key binding. So same thing, group members. Okay, same thing we have seen, right? 1004 have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, everything. But what is the advantage is we have some properties are enabled in the group key bindings only. I want to know the syntax, I want to know the size of how many members are available. Those things are applicable only in group key bindings, not in your representative binding. Let's see one by one. I'm going to have a size over here. So this is also on the flow declaration. LV size equal to group size. So this is again, it's a keyword, and index. So where you want the index means index is something, but when actually the group starts, index is equal to group index. Okay. So this needs to be mentioned as reference into, then only you are able to access the size and index values. So you have to use the keyword called reference into data, this particular group key bindings. Check it. Okay, there's no issues. So now I'm going to display the values, so not the members here. Let me display the values of the size and index of each group. So write group key binding. You need an arrow mark because this is a reference. So I want the value of group field 1. So this is, I can say, the header level informations we are going to get it. And group key binding GP field 2. Binding LV index, and finally group key binding size. Activate it and execute it. So this group like PO number and material has only, it's in first index, and this is the size. It has only one, the group wise only one member, and this has its index 2, it will also have only one member, and this is index 3, 2 members, and our favorite one is 38. So 38 has, so 37, 36, 38, 39, so it has only one size group. And 1004 you're able to find more. Yes, 1004 you have the same middle document, so it's got fifth index and it has 5 data. Okay, so this is the way you can get the index of the group as well as the size of your group members. Okay, so this is about group by in loop. So other two options are, I'm going to use descending. By default it's ascending, right? So I'll just go with descending. So what happens, the group data is going to be displayed or in a descending order, then it start working with the group A concept. So if I say descending and execute, so you probably find out the index, maybe start from this 313. Okay, so this is the way it got descending. Take the descending order for your PO and as well as the material document number. So you can use ascending or descending. Here also you can see this is index of 311 and there are two groups, sorry, two members, one group, two members. Okay, and the last one is without members. So suppose if I feel maybe not descending now, you can use descending as well, not an issue for with or without members. I feel I don't want to carry my members just for performance. I don't want to carry the members for the next level. So you can use a concept called without members. So if it is without members, okay, before without members, let me enable this one. Here I'm reading the group members, right? I'm going to act toward it. Okay, so it will display the index size and everything. Suppose if you see, I don't want many members, then try to activate it, you will get a syntax error saying it's not bound. Because you decided you don't want any members to be carry forward with your group key bindings, variable or work area, whatever it is, then you are not able to use the looped group concept. Okay, so this is similar to your transporting no field concept without members. So you need only the index or you need only the size, then go with only without members concept. Okay. So hope you might get some clarity on what is group by and how to use it in the loop by concept. So please play around, and if you have any doubt, please let me know. And I will create some more videos on group by wherever it's going to be used in the application layer level. So for group by we used one in the select statement, but it just extended in our application layer syntax with loop by value keywords. So it will be most useful for many scenarios. And please try, let me know if you have any doubts. Thank you so much for your time. See you in the next video. Bye.